Hi guys, how are you doing today? Are you ready for drawing time? Awesome, I'm really excited. Let's get on our drawing hats. This week we're going into outer space. Ooh! And we're drawing all sorts of things that you can find in outer space. And let's see, what did we draw so far? We drew, I already forgot what we drew. Oh, we drew a rocket ship. That was so cool. And today, guess what we're going to draw? We're going to draw something that flies kind of like a rocket ship. It's called wait, I forgot what it was called. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think it's called an asteroid. Or there's another thing, I already forgot what it's called. Oh, a meteorite. I don't know which one is which, but it's basically a big rock, and it's flying through outer space, and it's kind of burning. It has some flames at its end, and it's flying so fast because it is burning up in the sky. So we're going to draw that today. You'll see a lot of them in outer space when you go in your rocket ship. So you guys know what a rock is, right? A rock is just a big lumpy shape like this. You can really draw it any way you want. And it might have a few smaller, like lumpy shapes inside of that. And those are going to be the little holes that are in the asteroid. And maybe that's where some flames are coming out of and things. Alright, there's our rock. Nice. Then we're just going to draw a flame going around the whole rock. And to do that, we're going to maybe go down here a little bit at the bottom of the rock. And we're going to draw a curvy line that's going to go all the way around, and it's going to come back down here to make the flame. Alright, so we're going to draw a curvy line that goes up around in front of the rock with just a little space in front. And then it's going to come back down. And when it goes down, instead of making a straight line, we're going to make it kind of a jaggedy line that kind of curves and it comes back up a little bit and then it goes back down. And there's really no rhyme or way to draw this curvy line. You can draw however you want. You can add a few more too if you want to make it a little bit wider. I usually find that they're a little wider at the front and they get skinnier at the bottom. Nice. And I think I'm going to erase some of those lines that I'm not going to use anymore. That's the nice thing about using pencil, is that you can just erase if you want to. I might add a few more lines here or there. And there we go, guys. Nice! You finished part 1 of your drawing. High five! That looks great. I forgot to mention, we're going to do this drawing in 4 parts. We're going to draw it with our pencil, which is what we did, part 1. Then we're going to go back with our black marker and draw over our pencil. Then we're going to add some color. And then we're going to go back and add even more color. Okay, so part 1's done. That rhymed, nice. Now we're going to do part 2. So go ahead and get out your black markers. Let's draw back over the pencil lines. Ready? Here we go. Okie dokie, guys. Guess what? You just finished part 2. High five. Looks really great. Well, you have a drawing of an asteroid now, and if you want to stop here, this is a great place to stop. But if you want to keep going, keep watching, we're going to go into part 3. Alright, for part 3, we're going to color in our meteorite, or asteroid, whatever you want to call it. Alright, I'm going to take brown, and these rocks, rocks, sometimes they're gray, sometimes they're sparkly and red, and sometimes they're brown, and so I thought brown would look nice today. So I'm going to use kind of a lighter brown for this. Just kind of color it in. Nice. All right, now I'm going to add a little bit of a darker brown, and I'm going to color the little holes inside of the asteroid a darker brown. Looking good. Okay, now it's time for the flames. Now remember how I said that they're basically rocks that are on fire? That's kind of what pushes the rocks through outer space, I think. I think because they're on fire, they're flying super fast, and that's about all as I know about how asteroids work. So we have to draw fire, and I do know that fire is colorful, and it's usually bright colors like yellow or orange or red. And sometimes fire gets yellow like at the beginning of it, and then it gets darker as it gets farther away. So closer to the asteroid is going to be yellow. And you can just kind of color it as far as you want, but basically any parts that are kind of close to the asteroid, let's make that yellow. And I'm gonna make it kind of, make little pointy parts. And then as it gets a little farther away, we're gonna make it a little bit more orange. So I'm gonna get my orange pencil here. And again, you can decide how far you wanna color orange or how much you wanna color yellow. It's your drawing after all. But this is, I think, a nice spot for the orange. And I'm gonna color that one in here. And then after we get to the orange, we do red. Red is a powerful color. It stands out almost more than some other colors sometimes. I don't know what it is about red. It just screams red. Maybe because it is red. Okay, I'm adding a little bit of red to the tips of some of these points up here, even though I'm not coloring red yet. And then I'm gonna color it at the very end here. And when I color, I go up and down with my hand like this. I found that helps me to color a little faster. And if I'm ever going too fast for you, you can always pause the video and then come back and join when you're ready. I'm gonna add a little bit of red spots up here, maybe a little bit even right in here. That might look kind of crazy. There we go, and there's our asteroid, guys. Wow, it looks really colorful and exciting. High five, you just finished part 3 of your drawing. It looks great. All right, well, if you wanna stop here, this is a good place to stop. But if you wanna keep going, we have one more part. For the last part, we're gonna add more color with the colors that we were coloring with. All right, so let's go back with our brown. And I'm gonna make just a little bit darker on the outer edge of our rock. So anywhere that's kind of close to the black lines, I'm gonna color darker with the same color that I used earlier. That looks nice. Good. All right, and then where is our asteroid? Well, like I said, it's in outer space. And in outer space, it's pretty dark out there. There's lots of blackness. So I'm going to color with my black pencil like this. I'm just kind of coloring up and down, up and down. But you know, there's other colors too. There's also maybe some blues. So I'm gonna take my dark blue. If you have a really dark blue or a navy blue, that might look nice. And I'm gonna color the other way. And you don't have to color blue everywhere, but you can color a few patches of it. And you know what, there's also maybe some purples out there. I like looking at pictures of outer space, especially pictures that other people drew up in their head, because they make it really beautiful. They have all sorts of colors and sparkles, and it looks like a pretty neat place. And once you add some purple and blue, you might want to go back and add some more black. So you can keep doing this and do this and cover your whole page with black and blue and purple and outer spaceness. All right, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's go. All right, guys, wow. I like how the outer space is turning out. There's lots of blacks and blues and purples, and it looks pretty nice out there. Okay, well, you know what? This thing here, this meteorite, is really bright and colorful. It makes a lot of light, and if it goes in the sky, it might kind of look like a shooting star. You might have seen one. And you know what? This asteroid isn't all alone out there. There's other asteroids in outer space, but there's also other stars. And sometimes there could be stars way off in the distance, and I'm going to show you how to add even more. If you want to add one more little detail, if you want to stop here, this is perfect. But if you want to add one more little detail, let me show you something. All right, I've got some paint right here. Paint, oh my goodness, what is paint? It's this kind of sticky stuff that comes out of tubes, and you can smear it on the page. And it's another way to add color. These are pencils that I'm coloring with, but you can also color with paint. And today I'm going to use my white paint and my yellow paint, and I'm going to squirt that on my palette, which I already have, right here, so you can see it. There's some white and yellow, and I'm going to add some little paint daubs. Now you can use a paintbrush, or you can use maybe like a pipe cleaner and twist it together, and you can just take the end there and dip it in your paint, just like so, and you can make little blobs everywhere. And that's going to look like stars that are way off in the distance. And they're keeping the meteorite company as he's on his big journey going wherever he's going. I don't know where he's going, but somewhere important, I'm sure. And you can put as many or as few as you like. I'm just doing yellow and white today, but you know, you could also do orange if you want, or red. Sometimes there's even blue and purple stars. I think that just adds a nice little last touch to your painting or your drawing. Now it's a drawing and a painting. Isn't that kind of cool? Okay, stop adding stars, Amber. I want to add more stars. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop. Sometimes it's hard to tell where you should stop when you do art. Okay, guys, well, this is great. You know what the last part is? We need to sign our drawing. So let's get out our black marker and we're gonna write our name in the bottom corner, just like this. And that way everyone will know who did the beautiful artwork. Alrighty, guys, well, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been lots of fun. Also, if you do a drawing of a asteroid or a meteorite or whatever it is, please send me a picture. I'd love to see it. And also, tell me what we should draw next. If you want to figure out how to get in touch with us, you can look in the description of this video. Alright, guys, well, I'll see you next time for more drawing. Bye!